this car up to Genting. If not, why Ioniq is not everywhere on the road? Welcome to my channel, guys. If you're new to my channel, I'm Siah, and you may have known from the title, this is actually a feature for the Hyundai Ioniq. I know it's been out for I think 2 years if I'm not mistaken, but anyhow, thank you very much to Hyundai Malaysia for the weekend ride. Instead of making this video by driving daily and show you how fuel efficient this car is, I'm gonna bring this car up to Genting Highlands. I'm gonna tell you guys how the car drives. Of course, I will show you guys around the car as well, like the back seat, the boot and stuff, the standard stuff. But if you're new to my channel, this is how I do things. I'll show you how is it like to live with the car. So I'm gonna drive up to Genting Premier Outlet this Sunday, and I want you guys to come along with me. And after the drive, I'm gonna show you guys the fuel consumption. And if you like my type of videos, don't forget to subscribe because I will definitely feature more cars for you guys in the future. So yeah, let's get on with the video. It's finally Sunday and it's currently 8:30 in the morning. I'm gonna be bringing this car up to Genting, which I just told you guys just now. By the way, in case you missed my YouTube live video, which I randomly show you guys around the car, you could watch that because it's actually uploaded on my channel, and I'm gonna have a link in the description as well. So instead of making a normal review, I'm just gonna quickly show you guys around the car, and after that I'm gonna take this on a short excursion. But basically it's just to Genting Premier Outlet. One thing, if you guys didn't know, I actually really love road trips. But I love driving, so yeah. So let's quickly show you guys around the car. Now this is the front fascia of the car, and I'm sure a lot of you guys know this is actually not a real badge. This is like a piece of plastic kind of thing. That's because of the radar. And in this Plus variant, you actually get a bi-xenon headlamp and also a combination LED DRL. That is also a DRL actually. Okay, how it works, well, I might as well just show you. Get proximity sensor as well for the side mirrors, and you do get keyless entry. Oh, this is the key, by the way. There it looks like this, the same as the Hyundai Turbo Elantra and also the Tucson. It's plasticky kind of key, but well, function, you have to press on this button. There's no sensor or whatever. Aluminium door sills. Another thing, if you look at the panel right here before I get in the car, I think this is the lane keeping assist function to switch it on or off, and this is your blind spot monitoring. This is how the seat looks like. As I mentioned in the YouTube live video, the seats are actually kind of sportive in a way. Let me just get in the car and start it, and then I'm going to show you guys the headlamps and stuff. So that is the Korean-ish welcome tone that you get every time you start a car. Yeah, it's actually started right now. Usual electric buzzing on hybrid cars, and as you can see, when the bi-xenon is actually on, that DRL doesn't come on. Let me just switch it off and show you. So this is how it looks like when the headlamp is actually off, and the tail lamps, well, they are actually LED as well. Rear combination lamp, if you can see, except for the reverse and also the signal lamp, they're actually bulb. This is the rear of the car. Let me just show you guys quickly. This is the boot. I actually show you guys in the YouTube live video as well, but not everyone watch it. So you get a tonneau cover. It is removable, you can remove it. It's very lightweight, and the boot space that you get, yes, it's actually quite wide. There's a lot of small storage space down there as well. That's your wheel. You see all this storage space right here. Close it, you have to pull it manually. And if you guys realize, the boot doesn't come up by itself when I open it. So since I'm right here, let me just show you guys the back seat. That is in my sitting position. The leg room is definitely not an issue. I'm actually 173 cm and my head is not touching the roof lining. And as I was saying, I wanted to show you guys the C-pillar is actually very wide. So it could hinder your vision from this and that angle. And this is the only view that you get if you look throughout the back. Cup holder standard. Now the seats at the back are actually quite comfortable if you are ferrying 4 adults and 1 child in the center, Because if you were to put 3 adults at the back, which I also mentioned in a YouTube live video, there is something that I don't really like, is that this part right here, if you can see, the edge of the seat ends right here. So there's this gap which is not level with the seat, and you know, can you see how wide this area is in the center? Imagine you have 3 adults. I wouldn't be coming closer like this, right, unless it's someone that I want to get close with. So anyway, that's not the point. Naturally, you would move like how I just did. And if you're on a long distance drive, right, it's gonna be quite uncomfortable because that edge right here is gonna stick right up your back. Now this is a dashboard view. I have to say it looks really pretty compared to its rivals in its price range or even segment. Now without further ado, let's get on with the drive. Alright, so before I start my drive to Genting, I'm going to show you guys my fuel consumption for the past 184 kilometers. It is 4.8 litre per 100 kilometer, which is quite impressive. And look at the range remaining on this car, 814 kilometers. I've only used a little bit, you know. Now I'm in reverse right now, and you actually get parking sensors display right there, you know, because right here is your reverse camera. Now you can adjust it if you find it a bit grainy or whatever. There is some adjustments right here. It detected that there is a car coming. It's your rear cross traffic. And this right here is actually your battery level, your hybrid battery level, and that is your, well, depending on how you drive, it's going to show you your driving style. Currently, before going up to Genting, my driving style for the past 184 kilometers, 61% economical, 34 normal, 5% aggressive. Let's see how it is after the Genting drive. Off we go. I'm gonna straight up talk to you guys about how this car drives. Just went through a bump. Now this car's suspension is actually quite comfortable. It's actually in electric mode right now. That small bump will actually show that whether your car has any rattling noises or whatsoever, and just now going through it, there's no sound or anything. I can safely say that the build quality so far is actually quite good. To be fair, this car has only been driven for 13,000 kilometers. You may hear some noises from this side, but that's my camera accessories. Now, Cygnus stock is actually on the left. It's very European-ish car. Throughout this segment, if you hear any noises, it's all because of the safety feature in this car, which I'm going to mention in a moment. So the engine is actually a 1.6 GDI engine, and it is paired to a 32 kilowatt motor, and that gives you a combined output of 140 horsepower and 265 Newton meters of torque, which isn't very fast, but honestly speaking, what car are you driving right now? It's an Ioniq, it's not a sports car. And look at this. It's decent. It's really decent. More than enough, as I always say, because it's a family car, honestly speaking. So anyway, all those is paired to a 6-speed dual clutch transmission. It is a dry clutch, so I'll reserve my comments for that because everyone has different opinions. And I always tell everyone that asks whether this has problem, that has problem, get to an owners group, in this case the Ioniq owners group on Facebook, and you'll find all sorts of information there. It applies to all cars, not just Ioniq. Back to the gearbox. By default, the gearbox is actually in eco mode. I mean, this car only has eco and sport mode. Well, obviously it's a hybrid, so fuel consumption is always number 1. And because of that, you may not feel the power from the 140 horsepower and 265 Newton meters of torque unless you do this. Push it to the right, and that full LED display actually turns into sport mode. I mean, the whole color and everything also turns, and the whole RPM meter is going to be on top rather than the speed. And it gets more exciting, slightly more. Your throttle response also increases slightly. Ride comfort is really comfortable in this car. I really have to give them a big thumbs up. The seats are decently comfortable as well. They give you the right amount of support. It's not sport seats, by the way. It's normal seats, and these aren't sport seats, but they do have side bolsters, and it And for the driver, it is actually 10-way because you have lumbar support as well. The fixed type, you can't adjust the height for the lumbar support. Alright, that's because I crossed the line. Well, I mean, the line is in the middle of the road, so it detected that I'm actually departing from the lane. So the last bit, the NVH of this car. Now, one thing about this car is the sound insulation. It is not very good, and I assume it's because they are trying to save weight, which makes sense, honestly speaking, because this car is actually built in a way that it saves a lot of weight. You know, a lot of parts is actually lightweight, so if you were to add more insulation to the car, it just defeats the purpose. So the interesting bit of this car, the safety features that you get. It has 7 airbags. Tell me, is that enough for you? A lot of people always complain, 2 airbags only in some cars. I know lah, safety is actually a very big concern, but I'm going to get on to another point later on. Now, since I'm on Federal Highway, it's actually a very good place for me to demonstrate it. I'm going to do it very safely, don't worry. First of all, lane keeping assist. Yes, in this car you actually get lane keeping assist, blind spot monitoring, lane departure warning, and smart cruise control. But I'm not going to use the smart cruise control. Actually, I'm personally not a fan of cruise controls in the first place. But the smart cruise control actually has a radar, and you can adjust the distance that you want to follow the car in front, and you can follow the speed of the car in front as well. I mean, up to the speed that you set lah. Now, bear in mind, all those features that I just mentioned, you can switch them on or off and adjust the sensitivity of the features as well. So you have to remember, most of the features works only if there's visible road lines. So lane keeping assist, it's actually steering for me, by the way. Look at that. Now that sound is asking you to keep your hands on the steering wheel, and it's gonna cancel by itself, you know. So you make sure you have to have your hands on the wheel. I think it's 10 seconds or so, I'm not sure about that. The next thing is blind spot monitoring. There's a car approaching. If I turn on my signal, it's gonna tell you there's a car. Now if you don't turn on the signal, the light is just gonna light up. Well, obviously, if not, it's gonna annoy you, you know. The third thing is actually the lane departure warning. Let me just safely cross the line. There, it's telling me that I crossed the line without indicating. You have to remember, you get all those features, and the list price of this car is only 110,000. That's the list price. The current discounted price that you get in showrooms are even lower than that, depending on where you go lah. I'm seriously impressed with this car because of its price. Tell me another competitor that gives you all those features. Now, there's one thing that I want to touch on when I spoke about the safety features just now. A lot of people always bash a brand or a car when they give you less airbags or bad safety features. But the point is, I actually believe a lot of people don't buy just because it doesn't have 2 airbags or what. It's really because of the car brand. If not, why Ioniq is not everywhere on the road? Honestly speaking, I find this Ioniq Plus a very affordable and very worthwhile car to buy for its features. Look at this. And you know, these are actually soft touch. I would actually buy one, but I don't need an extra car. But like I asked, why you don't see it more on the road? Tell me your opinion on this car. You won't buy it mainly because of the dual clutch, or mainly because it's a Hyundai? Because as far as I'm concerned, the hybrid system is actually quite good for a car this price. So I'm actually gonna pick up my friend right now, and after that we're gonna head to Genting Premier Outlet. So the drive up to Genting is gonna be in another video, and I'm gonna put the link in the description. Make sure to check that out because you will hear sounds, see how it drives, have a feel like you're in the driver's seat. Coming out of Genting, my total trip is 287 kilometers. My fuel consumption is 5.6 liters per 100 kilometer. And according to my driving style meter, well, 14% aggressive. That's not too bad actually. So this car is still considered very fuel efficient. My range, well, I actually use just 1 bar right now. 638 km left. Wow. Go on. So I'm actually back at Hyundai to drop this car off. My remaining range is 479 kilometers. Look at that, I'm barely at half tank and I've driven for 452 kilometers consumption, man. 5 litre per 100 kilometer. Isn't that impressive? And I didn't drive steady like I mentioned just now. Look at that. I'm only 47% economical, you know, my driving style. I guess that gives you an idea of how fuel efficient this car is. But I'm just really impressed with this car, the feature that you get, and also how fuel efficient it is. So thank you very much for watching. Make sure you subscribe to my channel if you want to see more car features. See you guys in the next video.